Hello everyone, welcome back to our next revision sections based on class 11 computer science. We are moving to the next question. Write most appropriate list methods to perform the following tasks. So here they are providing two questions. Delete third element from the list. So third element from the list means that they didn't provide the value there. You need to identify the third element based on the index number. So based on the index number, which function that we will use for deleting? Pop function that we will use for that. So here you can see the pop function returns the elements whose index is passed as parameter to this function and also removes it from the list. But if you are using remove, it gives the element from the list, removes the element from the given element from the list. So we need to provide the value there. But here instead of value, you need to pass the index there. So definitely that's a pop function. The next one is add an element in the beginning of the list. So within the beginning, if you need to insert some value, which function that we need to use? Insert. Insert an element at a particular index in the list. So that's the insert function that you can use there for adding a new element to a specific index location. So what is the syntax for that? Insert of, dot insert of 2 comma 25 means within the second location, within the second index location, we are inserting 25. So that's the mechanism. And then we are moving to the next question. What gets printed? So here you can see a list of values that we passed here. So 0th location 1, 2 and 3. And here names -1, -1 means what will happen? -1 means this value. From that -1 means u that will be taken there. So we are going to counter check whether that will be worked properly or not. So that's the answer. So we are going to counter check that statement. Then we are running it. So u that we got. So u means this one is the last element and -1 means the first -1 means this value and then -1 again means the last value within that. So u that retrieved there. Then the next question is given TP equal to, they are providing 53190, which of the following two statements will give the same output? So they are providing the slicing mechanism for identifying the same value set. So which of the following two statements will give the same output? So if you use any of these particular mechanisms, is the same answers are populated or not? That's the question. So here you can see 0 to 4 means 0 to 3 values, 0 to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, that particular values that will be populated. And when you are using up to -1, what will happen? The last value that will be excluded. 0, 1, 2, 3 means 0, 1, 2 and 3 values. And here up to -2. So 5319 that will be populated there. Then 0 to 5 means 0 to 4 location values, the entire values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the entire values that will be retrieved. Then TP -4 means this one is -1, -2, -3, -4. Only 3 that will be printed within the fourth one. So the right answer is the first and third one. First and third one will provide the same output. Then which of the following is the correct declaration of a dictionary? So here they are providing certain declarations based on the dictionary type. So which is correct declaration. So the first one, if you are counter checking the first one, that's the correct declaration. Then here semicolon that they provided, so that's not permitted. And then comma, separator, everything that's provided mixedly, so that's not permitted. And based on the third one, they provide square brackets, that's not permitted. And here there is no colon. So the first one is the correct declaration. Then we are moving to the next question. Which of the following are examples of online identity theft? Online identity theft means if you are providing certain things that's with a monetary purpose. That means if you are trying to earn something from any other persons without their knowledge, that will be definitely specified as identity theft. So I will show you the description based on identity theft. So here you can see phishing for identity theft. So here this is one type of phishing attack where the intention is largely for monetary gain. So if you are trying to earn something from any other person's account or by using any of these systems, then that will be specified as identity theft. So financial identity theft or criminal identity theft and medical identity theft, that's the three categories within the identity theft. So which one is the correct answer based on that? Paying online using someone else net banking information. So that's the identity theft. So the rest of the thing that will be part of the hacking. The second and third one, that's part of the hacking. The publishing online a negative article, that's also another thing. So the first one is the correct answer. Then the next question is stealing someone else's intellectual work and representing its own is called, what is that? Plagiarism. That is plagiarism. Then a software or hardware mechanism to filter the information coming through an internet connection to a network or computer system is called firewall. Firewall is the correct answer. Then we are moving to the next question. While preparing for her annual examination in class 11, Janaki did not understand the following program. She has certain doubts in her mind, which she is written below. As a friend of her, you can help her to find the answers of the following questions and clarify the doubts. So here they are providing the eval function. So within the insertion process, if you provide the square brackets, that will be taken as a list. So we will insert the value like this. Just assume that you insert the value like this. That will be taken as a list. And then we are taking POS equal to 0, then odd equal to even equal to 0, then ln of num list, this particular list length that's taken there, then POS less than length. If the length is less than POS, the starting value is 0, so 0 less than length. So they are trying to iterate the values from the list as one by one. POS modulus 2, if any of the value modulus 2 double equal to 0, that means if you are trying to divide that particular value within the list by 2, and if it's returns 0, that particular value, that's an even number, so we will increase the count within the even number, and otherwise we will increase the odd number count. Then we are increasing the POS variable. POS, that's the iterating variable that we are using for the while loop. Then if of odds greater than evens, then balance oddity, so that will be printed. So what is the program calculating? They are taking the number of even numbers and odd numbers within the list. They are taking the number of even numbers and odd numbers within the list. Then what about the second one? What is the program output for the list? For the list 1, 5, 2, 3, 6, 6, 9. So here you can identify the even and odd numbers, and from that you can identify the output based on that. So what will be the output? The number of odd numbers or even numbers, which one is greater? If the odd number is greater than even, then definitely they will print balance oddity. So here definitely the odd numbers are given more than the even numbers, so balanced oddity, that will be the output for this one. And what does the output if the list is 2, 5, 2, 3, 6, 6, 9? So there is no output. The reason is the L section that's not handled here, so there is no output. What is the output if the list is here? The even numbers is more than the odd one, so definitely the else block is not provided here, so you need to fix it. How can we fix the situation of C? So here is no output, so how we will provide the solution for this problem? So we will provide an else section after the if. Here within the same indentation we will provide else, then not a balanced oddity or something like that, we can provide a message there for fixing the situation C. Then if a list with all the values are 0, then what will be the output? Again the same thing that will be happen. So the even numbers, that will be the greater one, odds greater than evens, that will not be worked, and evens greater than odds. So 0 modulus 2, what will be returned there? That you need to identify here. 0 modulus 2, if you provide 0 modulus 2, what will be returned? And we are going to counter check 0 modulus 2. So 0 itself. So what will be taken there? Even. that taken as a even number, and even number that's not handled here, so there is no output. So if you provide the else block, that will be executed there. So like that we will get the solution for this particular question. We are moving to the next program. So this one is a random function generation. Consider the following code: import random, then print of int of 20 plus random dot random function into 5. So what will happen? The minimum value is 20, then plus into 5. So on whenever we are using random function, how that will be worked? 0 to 1. This 1 that's excluded. So here the minimum value is 20 plus into 5 means up to 24 that will be executed. 25, 20 to 25, that's the value that will be taken. Minimum value is this one and maximum value is this one, and this value is excluded there. So 20 to 24, that's the values that we can expect there. 20 to 24, that's the values that we can expect there. So here find the suggested output options 1 to 4. Also write the least value and the highest value that can be generated. So the highest value is 24 and the least value is 20. So like this, that will be executed. 20 to 24, that will be provided. So int means the only the decimal part that will be taken there. So up to 24 only that will be populated. So from this you need to identify the correct options. Suggest output options 1 to 4 means which are the options that's possible. Only this one is not possible. 25 is there and this one is not possible, and 23, 24, 23, 24, 21, that's also possible. So 3 and 4, that's possible options, and the minimum value is 20 and the maximum value is 24. That will be generated there. Then we are moving to the next one. Write the program to input a list and an element and remove all the occurrences of the given element from the list. So the user need to insert a list within the runtime and an element for deletion. And after that, we are trying to remove that particular element from the provided list. So that's the question. So here I solved it. So we declare a blank list and then I provide a range function for accepting it. So instead of this one, you can directly accept the value by using eval function also. That's also permitted. So how we will do that? LL equal to eval of input and a list of values. So like that we can provide that, and within square brackets the user will insert the data. And here we are inserting another value for the deletion purpose, and we are counter checking. We are iterating the values from the list as by one by one, and if X in LL, the searched value is within LL, then we are removing that particular data from the provided list. So like this we can remove the data from the list, and after that we are printing the data. So I'm going to execute it. So enter the value. So I'm providing 11, then 22, then 33, then again 22, and one more 22 that I am inserting. So they are asking for the deletion process, and I provide 22 there. So the entire 22 that's deleted from the existing list. So like this we can solve it. So instead of this one, you can use eval function also. We will use eval within off bracket. We will provide input. Within that we will provide enter list. So here we will pass the message and we are trying to insert the value within the list variable, and they are asking for the list. So I am providing the same value there, 33, then again 22, then again 22, then I am providing 22 for the deletion process, and that's removed. So that's one of the mechanism for removing the content from the list. And then another program is write a program to input list L and two numbers M and N. Create a new list from L whose elements are divisible by M and N. So this one is a simple question. Just try to do it by yourself. So we will counter check each value within the L variable, whatever we provided there. So divisible by that particular M and N. So we will iterate the list values using a for loop, and we will provide the modulus operator. If it returns 0 there, L of I modulus M W equal to 0 means that particular value is divisible, and operator that we will use, and then L of within I modulus 2 W equal to 0 modulus n W equal to 0 means that's divisible. So if that particular two numbers are checked, and if you found that that particular number is divisible, then we can take that particular data within the final section. So like that we can do it. Just try to do it by yourself, and if you are doubted, you can directly ask me how to solve it. I will explain it. Then we are moving to the next one. What do you understand by true copy list, and what is different? How is it different from shallow copy? So the shallow copy and deep copy, the difference that they are asking. So when you are using equal to sign, how that will be work, the same memory location that will be taken. And when you are using list function or slicing process or dot copy section that will be used, they are using different memory address. So that's the difference between shallow copy and deep copy. So you need to read that particular section also. Then we are moving to the next one. Carefully observe the following code fragment and identify the errors. Correct the code and underline each correction. So which are the corrections that we need to perform here? 6 comma 7, that's a tuple. 21 divided by 3 is the division process is permitted within the tuple directly. That's not permitted. So you need to correct this. And then this one is also generate an error there. That's also not permitted. If you are providing concatenation process, a comma separator that you need to provide there. Then T3 minus T2. T3 this tuple and T2 this one, we are trying to perform a subtraction process. That's also not permitted directly. So you need to iterate the values from both the tuples, and after that only we can perform that. So how we will do that? That you need to think. Then here the concatenation process, that's permissible. So the wrong statements are this one, then this one and this one. That's the wrong declarations. So how we will edit it, that I will show you. I'm going to comment this one, that also I solved within my system. So here the solution for that one is this one. Here you can see 6, 7, and then I am providing an extraction process for I in T1. So T1, that's a tuple. 6, 7, that's a tuple that we passed here. We are iterating the values as 1 by 1, and we are providing divided by 3. So if that particular, whatever we are dividing, the result that will be stored within the T2 variable as 1 by 1, that will be maintained there. And after that we are providing T2, that's a tuple declaration, and then T2 plus 3 comma. So the comma separator that I provided there, so they will automatically concatenate that particular two tuples. And here also I provide the subtraction process after taking the values. So by using this statement for ELE1 and ELE2 in SIP of T3 comma T2, what will happen? T3 and T2, that's the two tuples that we declare. So they will take the each values from each tuple as 1 by 1. So within the element 1, the first tuple value, and within the element 2, the second tuple value. So like that they will iterate the values as 1 by 1. The pairs from each section, that will be a pair wise data that will be retrieved there. From T3 one value, T2 one value, then again T3 one value, T2 one value. So like that they will take the values as 1 by 1, and that we will subtract, and that we will convert it and store within the T4 variable. And then here you can see another variable declaration odd as a tuple. So if you are providing multiple values with comma, the default data type that will be tuple. And then T1 plus odd, that's also a concatenation process, so that will be worked smoothly. So this one is the corrected code. So here you can see the value that we got after the process. So this one is an example based on that. So we can correct the data like this. So here if you need to print the data, whatever we got within the first process, that we can do here by using print of T2. So how that's taken within the comprehension section. So you can see that here. So that's taken like this. That's one of the process that we can do there. So I hope that's clear now. So we corrected the coding by using this syntax. So here you can see the question and the correction that I did there. So these are the corrections that we need to perform there. 6,7 there is no correction. 21 sorry T1 divided by 3, that's not permitted, so we provide comprehension section and we retrieve the value and we converted it to tuple, and then T3 plus 3 comma that we needed there, and the subtraction process that we can't directly do it, so we provide the comprehension. So we retrieve the value by using zip function. Zip function, what's the purpose of zip function? They will take the values from each tuple as pairs. The 0th element from each section that will be taken are provided as a pair to element 1 and element 2. Again the next index location values 1 and 1, T3 of 1 and T2 of 1 that will be taken, and within element 1 and element 2 that will be taken. So like that they will take the values as pairs from T3 and T2, and that will be provided for the subtraction process. So that's the process. So I hope that's clear now. Then we are moving to the next one. Write a program to input n numbers and add it in a tuple. Print maximum and minimum from the tuple. So we can use min and max function for that. We can use min and max functions for finding the minimum and the maximum values from a tuple. So here I am providing min function. So here the list function. Then we are moving to the tuple declaration. Here min function and max function that's provided for taking the minimum and maximum value. So after combining the values within the tuple, you can perform this min and max functions for this particular purpose, or otherwise a user defined logic that you can derive that. That's also permitted. That's a 3-mark question, so that will be the better way. Otherwise just provide here they didn't specify anything to don't use the inbuilt function, so you can use min and max function. There is no problem for that. Then write a program that creates a tuple storing n terms of Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series that you need to generate as 0, 1, that's the first 2 values, and then we will add the first 2 values. So we will get the next value, then last 2, next one, last 2, next one. So like that you need to perform the operation. So write a program that creates a tuple storing n terms of Fibonacci series. So let's say another question that you can solve it by yourself. Just try to solve it. So I will solve one of these questions, and I don't know how to solve the entire thing. It will take too much time. So just try to solve it by yourself. Here one question that I will solve it now. So how we will solve it, that we are going to see it. See here we provide the tuple, that's an empty tuple, and we added the values within the runtime as 1 by 1, and then we provide the min and max function within the tuple variable. So they will retrieve the maximum value and minimum value by using this particular logic. So here they provide the concatenation process. We accept the value within the runtime and then we add it to the existing tuple. So the address location that will be different, but they will take the tuple together. So that's the logic, or otherwise you can use any other logic also. Then here another one for generating the Fibonacci series, and then another question is write a program to add name and price of products to a dictionary as key value pairs. Search a particular product with name and display its price. If product is not found, display a message. Just try to solve it by yourself. And the other question based on dictionaries, create a dictionary whose keys are months and values are number of days in that month. Display the dictionary using JSON module. JSON module, that's not part of our syllabus, so you can skip it. Search a month name and print corresponding number of days. Print all keys in alphabetical order. Print all months with 31 days. So JSON, that's a simple module that we can use. It's not a big thing. So I will provide the answer within the next video only, not providing it now. So just try to solve it by yourself. And these 2 questions that I will solve within the coming video, just try to solve it by yourself now. Then what is e-waste? What are the benefits of recycling e-waste? e-waste management, that's a topic within the NCERT textbook, so please search within that. And then another question, the school offers Wi-Fi facility to computer science students of class 11. The school is registered a URL, they provide the URL for communication and is monitored by the school network administrator. On 21st January 2021, an email was distributed to all the computer science students of plus 1. The email claimed that the password of the students was about to expire. The instructions were given to go to the URL to renew their password within 24 hours. As a cybersecurity expert, you have to answer the following questions given below with reason. So this one is the email that they provided. Do you find any discrepancy in the above email? If so, why? So definitely that's a phishing link that's provided there. So that's definitely not the right thing. Then what will happen if the student will click on the given URL in the email? So definitely that will lead to another website that's not belong to the original one. Then if the email is an example of cybercrime, if yes, then specify the cybercrime. So here definitely this one is a phishing process. So they are providing a link, so if whenever we click within that, they will automatically jump to another website that's not the original one. What are the measures to be employed to improve the network security of the above system? So one thing that we can use is the proper firewall system and the antivirus softwares. And another question is, what is spam? So you need to provide the proper explanations for these particular questions. That's the type of question that we can expect within the exams. And another set of question that you can see here is, this one is another set of question that we can expect. So this one is also based on the societal impacts. So the societal impacts, that's the last topic that we are discussing. So based on that, we can expect questions like this, societal impacts. So based on this particular concept, we got the questions like this also. So on certain situations we will get the direct question, and within certain situations we will get the questions like this. So just read the question and just try to answer the question by yourself. So this one is the end of this video. Just try to solve the questions by yourself, then only that will be more beneficial to you. If I am solving the entire thing, there is nothing good about your logic, so just try to solve it by yourself. Thank you.